you
now
get it
before
when
I forget?
Yeah, will you get it when he logs in?
That guy right there used to be handsome.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't even know what happened to him. Like,
What about
yeah, he's logging in.
not to this one?
To the other one.
It's gotta be, yeah. This one's mine.
She had a team viewer meeting. We had one this afternoon. You'll have to set up the laptop. Right. General manager. Well, you look pretty. Hi, baby. Hi, Crystal. How are you?
Oh,
Yeah.
Then
Yes,
yeah.
he is.
he's doing the Zoom, yeah.
LV. Get their job done.
Oh, I should have thought of calling you and telling you not to come down early, but you didn't.
Well, I did, but
Holly kicked him out.
Oh, so you
So before we even get started, you guys, when Holly calls you and says, "Hey, your packet's ready," it's your big white book. Come on down and read it, then get in your little bookie car, you know, that thing with 4 wheels, and come on down and read it.
Whose car are you calling a hoopty?
Yours.
Hey, I'll have you know that's a classic as of this year.
Okay. Gentlemen, if you can read your packets before the meeting starts, so that we're not wasting anybody's time.
I pretty much perused it.
Perused?
Perused.
Perused?
I perused.
All right.
Isn't that the right word?
Yeah, as long as you can keep up.
Yeah, another thing we need to just use one or get one used and then just sell it afterwards.
Yeah. I think so. Because how many we got all the way in the back still, right? One this way across. Then you want right there by that, kind of by the well. And then you want one coming towards that, the back gate.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just go with the little printer. How do you show with the printer? Because that way we can run the printer and you don't need to store much there. It's just a small.
You know, the new cool ones that just lay it in and
Mm-hmm.
I was just waiting for him.
Where's that big fuzz?
Oh, gosh. Hold on. I forgot to print those.
Did you really?
Yeah, I really did. That is no lie. Hold on, give me just a second.
7 of us, plan 10, maybe a couple more people will come.
Did you eat all your gummy bears?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No.
That bag is huge.
Where are they?
I threw them in the trash.
You did not.
He's got braces.
I don't care. It's 28 ounces of gummy bears.
I
What's
know.
wrong with you?
He's got
You
braces.
could suck on them.
He's got braces.
Hayden, you didn't let him throw them out, right?
Threw them in the trash.
I'm gonna go buy him another bag.
Heartless, absolutely
I
heartless.
am.
You're
I'm
gonna go buy him
two.
another bag?
Yeah, I'll stick him back.
If you want to make the next payment with the whole meetings, go for it.
Oh.
I'm talking about the speeches that you when you told me to.
Oh.
No, because it tried to take both of them, so I shut it down because it's in print, just one page. Not the way.
I'm not believing anymore. Never.
Yeah, it took both of them. Like I said, the time.
You have 7 minutes.
It's more 2 minutes.
Huh?
I don't think that one's right.
Where's my phone? How many do we have?
2 minutes.
2? You get 2, Ollie.
The man is absolutely right.
Can you connect to Zoom? The attorney is calling.
I'll join, okay.
All the board members.
Are you there, Pauline? Or Pauline, are you there, Holly?
She is. She's printing up the agendas right now. The board members are here, Scott. As soon as we can get rid of that screen, we'll be able to see your lovely
Can
face.
you hear me?
I can hear you.
I cannot hear or see you guys.
Okay. Camera on.
Oh, right there, okay.
Okay. Turn the camera on. Volume.
I see you now. I don't hear you though.
We're not talking. Can you hear me now?
Still can't hear you.
Yeah, give him. Automatically join audio. Well, I don't know why it's failed to detect microphone. Okay, now it should.
Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
there you are.
All right. Ollie's just printing up some agendas and then we'll get started.
Yeah, let me know and then I'll hit record.
Okay. this black hole. You would think I'd be able to find them a little quicker.
Nothing. Came down to set up chairs, get ready for the meeting.
12 hours.
Recently been living here, huh?
Yep.
Hopefully it'll get better.
If it doesn't, we failed.
Don't let me hear that word come out of your mouth again, ever, ever.
We will be victorious. We will be successful. Better.
What I expect is gonna happen.
Me too.
I hate to see this all go down and for it to be in vain.
Me too.
We've got a lot of reading to do tonight.
I already read everything. Unlike you guys, I came down and read my packet.
I'm just a puppet.
I know it.
I will hold my remarks till after the meeting.
Oh, no, mine's right here.
You're killing me, Scott. Okay, it's 6:04, and we're gonna
Recording
call
in progress.
the meeting in order. We can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry that nobody's able to see the flag through me. I'm gonna have to find a different spot here.
You can sit next to me, I won't bite you. Okay. Madam Secretary, if you could take roll call, please.
Did you? No. Okay. Okay, David Reynolds.
Here.
Christine Merrifield
Here.
and Tristan Hicks.
Here.
All right. Can I get approval of the agenda? Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
You have to call for the vote now.
Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Christy, do you want me to talk about consent for just a sec?
Yes.
So consent items are generally items that are routine and that occur on an agenda every month. Minutes are a common example, check registers. Sometimes we have resolutions that are, you'll see a few times a year, like disposing of surplus property. And with consent agenda, there's no public comment or board comment. It's just all approved in one motion. However, before it can be approved, the chair will ask, is there anyone who would like an item removed from consent agenda? And if a board member or member of the public does, then it goes under action items, and whatever is left on consent is approved. It's a way to try to make the meeting a little quicker and more efficient for items that are not controversial. And so that's what consent is about. Again, unless someone asks to remove an item, Christie will not ask for public comment before the vote. So these items, the USDA voucher, the minutes, and the check register are pretty routine. I don't know if the board wants to talk about the check register and what we're doing here or not, but that's what consent is.
Okay. Do you want me to ask the board if they have any questions?
Yep.
Does the board have any questions regarding consent for the minutes or consent for the vouchers?
No.
Nope. Okay. Do you want me to ask the public?
Yeah, does anyone want to remove any of those items to
Does
action
anybody
items?
want to remove any of the items on the consent agenda? Nope. We're good.
Right, then you can just approve all of those items in one motion and
Okay.
vote.
So can I get a motion?
Motion,
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
The next item is the appointment to fill the Thompson vacancy. The board has 60 days to fill a vacancy, and we're within that 60-day window. And we've posted the 15-day notice. This is not a project under CEQA or NEPA, which is the California Environmental Quality Act and National Environmental Protection Act. There's no financial impacts to this. There are no other impacts. But does the board like the staff memo? Is that helpful for the items?
To do what?
The memo.
The staff memos that,
Yeah.
that Holly and I put in the agenda packet, are those helpful for the board members?
They are. They are.
Okay. So one of the items on the staff memo is a recommended action. And so the suggested motion for this is that someone moves to appoint whoever you're going to appoint to fill the Thompson vacancy until the next general election, which will be November 2026.
Correct.
So this has to be an open session because you're appointing a public official.
Yes.
And I don't know how many applications you got, but you can interview them. Someone can make a motion, however you want to handle it. This is in your discretion.
I'm gonna make the motion to appoint Charles Rogers
I
to the
second.
board. All in favor?
Aye.
No. You got to have public comment and board comment.
Okay. Do we have any public comments? Nope. No public comments.
I think you'd be good at it.
Thank you. Does any board members have any comments? Anybody want to say anything? No.
Who seconded?
Lee.
So you got to have a vote.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And is Charles there?
He is.
Because Charles can take the oath and join the board tonight if he would like.
Do you have the oath ready to read, Dan? Do you have the oath?
It's okay.
And
Do you
I
have-
can,
Do you have the oath handy so that
yes.
if you could send
Yes.
send that to me, to my
I'm
phone?
going to have to email it.
Okay, you can email it to Holly.
Yes.
Mr. Rogers, we would like for you to join us this
So you want me to
evening.
print that right now?
Yeah, if you could.
Let me get it and send it to you.
Okay.
And then
And then,
Holly can fill out the
the
form.
president of the board or the secretary of the board can administer the oath.
Okay.
You should have it. I'll email it anyway, but I sent it over to Pauline
On the 6th.
Yeah, so do you have it already, or do you want me to resend it?
It'd probably be quicker if you just resent it.
Okay, so I'll do that. I apologize that I didn't think about that earlier. I should have sent that and included it in the board packet, but it didn't occur to me. That was my bad. Alright. So Holly, are you going to administer the oath to Mr. Rogers?
Sure.
Okay, so when you get the email and you open it up, the oath is written out twice. The top paragraph is just the oath in paragraph form. But he needs to raise his right hand and repeat the lines after you. And so typically the oath is broken down into segments, and the bottom half of the page is typically how the oath is broken down. So you'll say a line, he'll repeat it, say the next line, repeat it, and so on. Does that make sense?
So
Okay,
Charles
so-
shall ask you
Let's see.
to repeat after her.
So I do solemnly swear, and then I read. And then it says typically how it reads, with the directors repeating each line.
Yeah, so you'll say, I, blank, and he'll say, I, Charles Rogers, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend, and he'll repeat it,
Okay.
and that's how it goes.
And then when I get to the end, then we're done, or do I read the?
Yep, then everyone says amen, and we're done.
Okay. Okay, Charles.
Everyone always wants to say amen at the end of the oath, but it's really not required.
Do you want me to print it or just read it from here?
You can just read it. He just needs to stand and raise his right hand.
All right.
Okay.
You're right, Charles.
Okay, so I, Charles,
I, Charles,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies,
and the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will that I will
Well, yep.
and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
and that
Just
I
read-
will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
All right, congratulations.
Hoorah!
All right.
So we're gonna have to have him sign an oath, and we'll take care of that tomorrow. And
Okay.
then we'll send it into the county.
Okay.
And he'll be officially recognized by the county. But Charles is welcome to join the board for the rest of the meeting tonight, now that he's taken the oath.
Have a seat, Charles. Oh, I gotta find a new place. They got me too close to the bathroom. I can hear people in there.
Oh, God. All right. Well, welcome aboard.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. So the next item on the agenda is a resolution amending the leave policy, and this pertains to the staff of the ICSD. Does anybody have any questions in the public? Do any board members have any questions regarding this matter?
Wait, can you repeat it one more time? I'm sorry, You lost me about halfway.
Roberto,
I'm being serious.
this is regarding leave, a leave policy, like vacation, sick time, to the staff of the Inyokern Community Services District.
Is that including all your members or just
No,
that?
that includes the staff.
So Holly?
Yes.
So let me just say that.
No, it's her husband,
you
Scott.
know,
It's her husband. It's fine. He's just messing with me because he can. It's all right. He's gonna find a nail in his tire, his pretty little truck.
So some of the leave is discretionary and some is required. And so holidays, the board can decide what days are paid holidays. You're not required to have paid holidays, but you can, and you do under your current policy. Vacation used to be an accrual method. I just put in a flat days method, but the board can change it if they want. And then sick leave is, there's a legal requirement for sick leave in California. So your sick leave reflects the state law. And then after that, these are all FMLA, CFRA, disability leave, paid family leave. Those are all
It's all
legally
standard.
required leaves.
It's all standard, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Tom had a question.
No, it's okay, he answered the question.
Okay. All right. So, to pass this resolution, Scott, what's the resolution number for this? Or is this just a policy change? And are we repealing the whole thing or just this part of it?
So you are repealing resolution, what is it, 94-3 in its entirety. You're repealing policy 94-3 in its entirety, and you are adopting a completely new leave policy. The resolution number is whichever is next in line, and Holly and I talked about that previously, so.
Is that
25-2.
25? Okay. So, do I have a motion to repeal policy 9403 in its entirety?
Motion?
I'll second it.
Well, and you're adopting the new policy.
And we are adopting 2502 and replacing
03.
it.
It's 02.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We'll figure it out.
Is that unanimous?
It was unanimous. There were nobody abstaining and no nay votes.
Thank you.
Anybody in the audience?
Okay. So
The
we go down
next
to,
item is for me. And
Yes.
so I'll just go ahead and my request to the board is, would you be willing to change your board meeting from the second Wednesday of the month to the second Thursday of the month? The reason is I'm up at Lake Isabella on Thursday afternoon. And so when that meeting ends around 4 at the hospital up there, I can just drive over to Inyokern and then do your meeting at 6. One of the benefits for you guys is that it's less driving time and mileage, so it will save you some money on the board meetings that I attend in person. And so my request is that you adopt the resolution you keep the time and the location the same, but you change the date to the second Thursday of the month.
will this be resolution 2503?
Yes.
As per our conversation, Scott, I agree to this, and so I'm going to make the motion that we move it to
Second.
the second Thursday. So I've made the motion. Lee has made the second. Oh, anybody have anything to say? No. Board, what do you have to say?
I work till 6, so I won't be able to be here till like
6:05,
6:20.
6:20 on Thursdays. The
Yeah.
second Thursday of it's just
Every
one
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, I'm the only manager there.
Okay, does the board have a problem with Charles being late to the meeting
Yeah.
since he manages?
Why don't you just move the meeting to start at 6:30 instead of 6?
Well, I don't want to make it difficult for the residents. I know that some people, 6 o'clock is late enough for them. How does the board feel about making it 6:30?
You lie, I'll swear to it.
All right, does the public have anything to say about a 6:30 time? Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is change that 2503 to the second Thursday of every month at 6:30.
Thank
So
you.
that we can accommodate Mr. Nave and our newest board member, Mr. Rogers.
So Holly,
Yes.
on the resolution, in paragraph 1, we'll just change the time from 6 o'clock to 6:30.
Okay.
So I have a motion and I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All board members are in agreement, Scott? No
Thank you
nays?
all, I appreciate that.
Yep,
It's all right, you'll get our bill.
you get his bill. Okay, so the last resolution that that's on D is we have a hydrovac truck. It's a Ford 600, it's old, and it's up at the sewer yard, the sewer plant, and it's unrepairable. I mean, it's at least 30 years old. So I would like to have the board declare that surplus property and direct the general manager to post that in a publication and
For
get
sale.
rid of it.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Does the public have anything to say about that?
There's a truck out at the
Or
septic
does
plant
have anything to say?
that hasn't been used, hasn't been touched, sitting on flat tires. It's not gonna be going
Do you
anywhere.
need the second?
So this is a vote to make sure that we're able to sell it
Okay.
and put that money back in. We will work probably to get another truck, so that
Okay.
everybody understands.
All in favor?
Did you have a question?
How far is that gonna set us back, though? I mean,
It's not gonna set us back at all.
It's not fixable at all?
No,
Should-
no. And the lines only need to be hydrovaced once a year. So it might be cheaper for the district to have somebody come out and hydrovac the lines as opposed to buying a truck and maintaining it and carrying the insurance and all that stuff.
That makes sense.
Okay, that truck is old. It will not, it's
It hadn't
unfixable.
run in
It
10
probably
years.
seized.
Yeah, there's
Probably won't
also,
even pass more.
yeah. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we have 4 in agreement. Scott, no nays, no abstaining. We
All
have
y'all
director's
vote, yeah,
comments
that's
that are not on the agenda, or comments from the public that are not on the agenda. Anybody?
What kind of truck is it?
It's a Ford 600. It's a hydrovac truck. It's big, but it's got flat tires and it looks like it's been stripped.
So has it got a lift deal in it, or what do they do?
No, I don't think any part of it runs. It actually looks like parts of it have been stripped out. So Holly, also, anybody who bids on this truck, it will be taken in its entirety. You will not strip it on CSD property or part it out. They'll have to get a flatbed and take the whole thing at once.
As is.
That's right.
So, sir, may I ask, you were asking if there was a vacuum system on it? Is that,
Yeah, but
No,
it's
I
been
was
stripped.
asking anything about it.
oh, okay.
It's been stripped out. Anything that worked on it 30, 35 years ago is gone. Anything of value. And it's a really
Thank
old
you.
truck. All right, as far as comments on items not on the agenda, the only thing I want to say is there is a sewer rotter also up at the sewer plant. And at the next meeting, I'd like to have that on the agenda to also declare that surplus property.
Does it work?
No. But, you know, again, finding the paperwork on it, it came from the Navy, so I'm assuming it was either purchased or donated, you know, more than 3 decades ago.
So you're looking for a motion?
No,
No, it's
we'll
just-
do that on the next meeting. It's just a comment I wanted to make and put it out there for you guys to hear while we're in session. Okay, Scott?
Why that?
So, you said we can cover any items that is not related.
Yep.
Do you guys have any update on the corrections?
Yeah.
So you guys sent them last time, right? We had the meeting where we were.
Yes, so the cap was sent to the state. It's not detailed enough. So Holly and I and Pam are gonna have to sit down and we're gonna have to detail everything that he wants. So that's gonna take a little bit of time. So we're gonna sit down and do that in the next 2 weeks. Right?
Okay.
Okay, as far as, what are we on now, Scott?
Did you have a
So
question?
we're gonna go into
We have
closed
two
session.
questions.
So we'll need the, was there another comment? I'm
There's
sorry.
two more.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So, did you guys get the bank stuff
Taken care of,
taken care of? Or
Holly?
So Desert Valleys was supposed to come get back with me because I've been speaking to them, but I haven't heard anything back from them. Right now, I'm just doing the Bank of America deposits and everything, and we're getting, funds put into the bank.
There's nothing we can do. So because we're a government entity, some of these places don't even understand where to mark on their form. I actually had Mr. Nove on the phone when Holly and I went to Desert Valleys. So until we can find a bank that'll actually a brick and mortar, one that Holly can walk into, we're gonna have to stick with B of A for now and do our banking that way.
now I got another question. I know Bank of America is not open. I know there's been an incident at Bank of America. For her protection, should
Yes,
there be
I am
a
concerned. I am
should there
concerned.
be a person from the
If
board accompanying her? when
If the
she-
general manager desires an escort to make a bank deposit for the district, myself or any other board member will make themselves available to accompany her. She just needs to ask.
May I interject, what happened there that?
Not with Holly, it was with somebody else.
No, it's somebody
Did
else.
somebody get accosted
Apparently.
in the bank?
No, they don't have a bank anymore, they closed it
The
down.
bank
What they
is not
have
open,
is an ATM.
so they can only deposit at the ATM.
And
When you
somebody
go
got-
in, when you go into the room to do the deposit in their ATM, the door locks behind you.
Right.
So that's their safety feature, and then it
It
backs up.
actually doesn't keep people out. If they have a card,
Oh, they can get in
they
still?
can still get in.
So
Okay.
somebody went after somebody else in there to get money.
I don't know the story. I just know that my concern is her safety.
Okay,
If she needs
That's my
somebody to
concern.
escort her, then I will be more than happy to escort her, or any other board member can make themselves available when the general manager needs to make a deposit.
if I'm allowed to now, may I suggest that we put on looking at US Bank for the next agenda?
We've already been there. We've already
the
talked
same
to
with-
all the banks.
It's the same with
problem.
it's just like Bank of America. We'd have to do everything online
To open the
to
account.
open it up, and we'd have to talk to
Also one?
somebody.
We've been to all of them, Lee. It's the same problem at all of them.
Okay, I'm done.
So we're trying. We've been to all. So Scott, do you want to talk about?
Well, she had a question.
Oh, go ahead, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, I just had a question. I'm new to the area and I was
Oh,
in here
welcome.
paying my water bill yesterday, and so I was asking her about the increase in the water. And so she was explaining that there was a meeting here, to kind of talk about it, and because I wasn't really aware of all the.
Right. So we passed a rate increase. There hasn't been a rate increase in decades for this district, and it costs more money to run the district. We need to maintain our facility. So if you own property here, this is your CSD. So we have 2 wells. Your sewer company is us. So we have a sewer plant up Brown Road. There's 37 streetlights and fire suppression, which is your fire hydrants. So you'll see the cost of those items on your taxes. And as far as water bills, in order to keep the district in our hands, we have to be able to pay our staff and maintain our infrastructure. So that's why it was raised. All our meters are trashed.
That's what I was gonna ask too, because I was speaking with her yesterday, and so it's a flat rate for everybody,
For the
regardless of
residents.
be regardless of the size of the home and regardless of usage of
For the
water?
residents, for the rest of the fiscal year, it's a flat rate, $102 to the district, $9 to the groundwater authority. If you are a commercial property, it's based on the size of your meter.
And if we have a working meter, it doesn't matter?
It doesn't
Regardless?
matter. So the problem is that I was paying $27.47 until they added the $9 groundwater authority fee, while my neighbor, Susie, sitting right next to you, was paying $120 a month. So they let some people be on a flat rate, while others had to pay the lion's share. It was unfair to the community, and also I believe it was illegal. So what we decided to do, they had a rate study done at Getting Great Rates by Carl Brown, and he did a rate study for the district, and those are the numbers that he came up with to make it fair to the community and to generate the revenue we need to run the district properly.
And so the end of the fiscal year, it's gonna be until when?
When we'll reassess the situation at the end of the fiscal year, which is the end of June.
June.
So may I say something?
Yes.
On December 6th, when we held the public hearing to adopt the rates in the Carl Brown report, the board adopted rates for a 5-year period. Each year, those rates go up a certain amount. I believe it's 4%. That will happen unless, in the meantime, the board decides to change the rates, which would occur if a substantial number of customers were on meters and we could go to a usage rate. Until that happens, that 5-year block of rates has been approved by the board, and that information is publicly available, and that's how the rates are handled.
We're hoping to get all new meters for everybody in the community.
And go back to the usage
And
rate.
going back to your base fee and your
There's a
usage.
lot, like most of that, quite a few, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the intent is to bring the billing down to a normality through the usage rate, but in order to get there, we have to apply this amount now in order to get in that direction. So it's hopefully, it's only a temporary thing.
Okay.
How many people's on that? How many people in Inyokern that uses water?
There should be 241.
It's a flat rate of 102 flat
Plus
rate,
the
and
nine.
then plus the $9
For
of
the
whatever.
groundwater
for the-
authority.
If I may, that $9 rate will eventually end once we get.
No, it won't.
No, it will not?
That is the groundwater authority. We are
Oh,
just the
okay.
middleman.
Got nothing to do with
We
the rate.
collect it for them, and we have to pay them. So,
And that rate will be adjusted as well.
for right now, so the last board didn't pay, and Mr. Nave has negotiated with the Groundwater Authority's legal counsel. So we're gonna end up paying a lot less than what we would have if we had not retained Mr. Nave. So we're on the right track, we just gotta get there.
Yeah, it's understandable, because we were talking about it when we received those two bills. I didn't know to read the note, because then I think it was 3 bills back. And I just was concerned if it was gonna stay like that, plus water, or just like that, so now,
Right,
I got that.
and until we can,
I got the answer.
right,
It's just, for me, or maybe for a lot of people, it doesn't make sense if a restaurant or person has 2 acres and home, that my neighbor is themselves. All these 3 samples are paying the same amount of money. If the restaurant use 10
Doing
times better.
does not pay the same amount as you.
Because that's for the restaurant,
only
for the
resident.
commercial, it's different.
It's
Also,
only
just for
residents.
residents.
Residents
Just for residents.
pay that amount.
So what about, again, what about if it has more than 2 acres?
Okay, so it's based on residents. It's not based on the size of your house or how many kids you have or how many people live in the house. So I'm a single woman, so 1 person, and I pay exactly the same as a family of 5. And until we can get the finances under control, get the bills paid, maintain the infrastructure, get new meters, That's what the board has decided to do to fix this situation. So the time to protest that has passed. The resolution has already passed as well. Okay?
It's
Okay,
understandable. It's
well,
just,
we were just wondering,
yeah,
cause
we just-
we didn't know until, you know, I came in here and I was asking her, and she was very helpful, she was giving me some information,
Right.
she's like, if you have any other questions, you know, you can
Yeah.
go and the board can explain better,
Absolutely.
so.
And all
just,
commercial
I
properties are
think the
paid by.
control of water is gonna be you know, with the meters, you control the water that people use. And right now, it's gonna be different.
Okay, so
But-
this is the problem.
Most of the meters are wrong.
Most of the meters do not work.
Well, I didn't know
So
that
it
because
doesn't
I
matter
just live
anyway.
in one place. I don't
It
live in
doesn't matter
all the
anyway.
houses.
So until we get enough money in our coffers to replace the meters, it has to be this way. I can't charge you $36.47 because your meter's not working, and charge Susie $120 because her meter is. So out of the 241 people in this community, only 17 meters were being read. The rest of you were enjoying that $27.47 until they added the $9 groundwater authority fee. So 17 of your fellow residents were carrying this district financially for years. To make it fair, everybody was put on a flat rate so that it's fair to everybody. So Susie's paying the same amount as you now. Okay?
Just another comment. When, if it's possible, when you guys gonna get the plans for the sewer system? Because I have a problem with my sewer once in a while, and last time I used 160 line snake. That's not possible. So because I put a cleaner like from the where the water meter is, maybe like 30 feet. So it's
Out
like,
to the street or into your property?
where the water meter is, inside my property is around 30 feet. So in the center of the street is not even 50 feet. So last time I had to call a plumber because I have a 75 feet snake that didn't work. So I had to use 160. I don't know why, because 160 is almost crossing my neighbors across the street.
Right.
So I was just wonder, and I think she asked you something about it. I just wonder if I'm living on 2nd Street,
I talked to you
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then you told me you guys don't have plans and stuff.
We have a sewer plant. We have a sewer plant
No, but
operator.
because I want to do a cleaner close to the street so I could use my snare easier, so I don't have to use a long
Is
one.
the blockage, do you think the blockage is on your side or in the street side?
Well, the thing is, where my water meter is, I make a trench, maybe like 10 feet long, 6 feet deep, and I couldn't find it. So I was talking to my wife. I said, you know what? I think it was my mistake because I didn't go under the water line. Most of the times they use the same trench
The same
for
trench.
those electrical, gas, water line, and sewer.
Right.
I didn't went
During the
under.
easements.
But again, in case because my neighbor told me it's supposed to be straight, but 160 feet is not possible because again,
Well, if you can get his address at the end of the meeting, and the next time Tony is here, we'll go out and we'll pull an manhole and look at it and just take a look at his property.
I'm confused. Is it your water inlet that you snaked or your septic line? that you-
Septic.
my septic,
It's
the
sewer.
sewer.
You can't have septic
sewer.
in your.
Yeah, you,
But normally when they do that, they use the same trench, right?
Yeah.
Most of the
Well,
time.
yeah, but
Yeah,
Sometimes, not all the time.
not always.
Mm.
So
Sometimes.
the main lines are
They used to be in the alley behind.
right,
our
and they
neighbors.
moved them
Yeah.
over to the
And
front
they moved
side.
it.
Right.
But they
they
moved
did.
it to the 2nd Street or to the school.
They've all been moved to the front, so the front of your property.
That's what I'm saying. From the middle of the street to my cleaner.
Are you going,
Your
do you
feet
think your snake is going into the alley? Because that's
No.
where they were all.
No, because I
before.
already put a elbow to go that way to the street. Because
Yeah.
before I had just have a straight one or wide, and sometimes it goes to the other way. But no, because it's already capped on the back.
On the back side.
Yeah,
on
I
the
already
back.
put another cleaner on the back, and it's not possible. It doesn't go that way.
so
it's my understanding that in the early nineties, they did the water system, completely brand new water system throughout. But the sewer line, when they did the sewer line in the nineties, they kind of just did the perimeter. They didn't do the heart of the town. So I believe your sewer line is still probably in the alley.
No, it's not possible because
Well, I'm
already-
just saying they did not replace
Oh.
the sewer. The sewer line in the heart of the town is 70 years old.
Mhm,
The plans are in here from the 50s,
mhm.
from the main part of town, but mostly the perimeter and the last couple streets south of town got the new sewer system.
Okay.
But the main part of town didn't get the new sewer system.
No, mine because already I had to follow the pipe goes from the trailer,
Right.
and I dig right there. I know it goes to the street, to the second street.
Yeah, it comes
So
straight out.
and my sewer is going to the second street.
Right.
So I basically did another cleaner where my mobile home starts. So it's pointing to the street, not to the
Right.
alley.
So you have the manholes, and
Yeah.
those are the main sewer lines, and then you'll see the little.
Well, in the second street, I
smaller ones are your
I
water.
don't see none. Only in the school. And the school is just right there, one in the middle.
We've actually had roadworks cover our manholes and our water covers.
I know.
Maybe that's why
Yeah,
I didn't see them.
they
Um,
no, they make a hole in one.
But
place.
Holly will get your address, and on Friday, I'll ask our sewer plant operator.
And maybe next time I have time, I'm gonna make a trench right there where the water is. See, maybe it's right there. But my question is, I don't know why I had to use 160 feet.
You can come in and look at the maps that'll
Mhm.
show you the infrastructure,
Okay.
and you can look at your address, and it'll show you where the line goes.
Okay.
So we can look at those if you don't.
Yeah, it was just my concern about how many line I use, and that should go to the main
It
sewer
should.
line, not to mine. But
Right, it should. Have you noticed in the last month or two that it's been better or no?
no, it happens only twice. Last time I had to use 160. This time, no, 3 times. The second time I had to rent a 100-footer and I open it just barely when I use the last feet.
Do you have roots in it? Do
I
you
had
know
trees.
if you have? Yeah.
I had trees.
So,
But
okay.
I don't think there are trees.
So my sister has to snake her sewer line
Mhm.
constantly because of the roots of the trees. They go straight for the sewer line
Mhm.
because they grow better there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where the water and nutrients or whatever.
Mhm.
So she constantly has to do it. So if you have trees that are growing there, so this would be my guess.
Well, I just bought a camera, so I'm gonna put it in. And
Ooh, I want to see what it looks like.
I don't think so.
I do.
But
Yeah.
you know, when I put my snake, I don't feel when you have roots, you're gonna feel.
Yeah, you feel them when you turn it.
And then if I use the 75 feet, I already passed my trees because my trees is maybe like from here to the car. That's it.
Okay.
It's only
Like I
4
said,
trees.
Holly will get your address, and I'll have Tony go out with me on
Yeah.
Friday, and we'll look at
Yeah, I
it.
appreciate
But
it.
if you got a camera, dude, I totally.
But it'd be
would look at that.
surprising how small the roots are that will clog your system.
Yeah.
They'll be
They
like
don't have to
hair,
be big.
it'll be like almost like your hair. It's not, it doesn't have to be like thick roots that will clog your system. It could be really small.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, again,
Yeah,
my,
no,
my
I
trees are
understand what you're
close.
saying. I
My trees are
understand what you're
close and
saying,
not
yeah.
160 feet long.
But the roots are gonna grow out.
Yeah. We can.
As big as your tree, your roots are probably double as your tree.
Yeah. That is true.
So,
But we can come out and look at it. I can have them hold the manhole
Okay.
down and.
And
see
I'm sorry if
everything's
we
fine.
changed the subject.
No, it's okay. You had this question months ago.
Basically, it was our main question to, but
Yeah.
I started hearing it was kind of different
Yeah.
situation.
It was a very different situation last time you were here, and so now there's a new board and it's new staff, and I wasn't able to help you when you were here. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, but now this time I can.
Okay.
So I'll come out and I'll bring the sewer plant operator out and we'll look at it.
Yeah, and thank you for explaining about the code because I was
Absolutely.
out
Absolutely.
my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mr. Nave.
All right, so now we have closed session, so I'll just need the board and Holly for that.
Okay. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go into closed session, and this is regarding existing litigation. So the public cannot be present during this time. So we're gonna ask you all to step out. I know it's cold out there and I'm very sorry. But when we talk with, legal counsel regarding this, it can only be the board and Holly. And then once we're done talking about that, we'll open the door and invite you back in. Okay. Yeah, just smoke. Anybody want a bottle of water?
My question is, what's up there?
This is found in, this is the sample of what was found in my driveway. And I brought it in because I have my assumptions of where it may have came from.
Recording stopped.
I had 3 of those in my driveway, right behind my truck.
Where in behind your, where's your house?
My house is
We need
over
to
here.
talk. We need to talk.
My house is back here by, behind the sheriff's substation.
So you had,
And I didn't think about it until I saw this right here. I was like, what the heck?
this is the reason I
But
brought
this,
it.
mine is bigger. Mine is a lot longer than this right here.
But you found something like this in your driveway.
Just Israel.
Is it a roofing nail?
Yeah. For, it looks like to hold the felt. Yeah.
It almost looks like a cement.
Okay,
It's a
so
felt metal.
why would you find them in your driveway?
But he would be the contact person.
I don't know, but mine's are a little longer. I think this looks like a nail.